Okay. Ik stoik skanatoni. Wicked cold morning. Welcome to freezing Friday on the Alberta plains. It is cold outside, minus 19 degrees Celsius. And so no spopikimi this morning. Actually, Chelsea and I stayed up a little bit last night, had some eggnogs and rum. Figured I'd give myself the morning to sleep in today rather than try to get up at the crack of dawn on such a cold I'm gonna let this person pass. Waiting for might be waiting for a bus, never mind. Thought it was a crosswalk thing. Anyway, yeah, why get out there on such a cold morning? I don't think I would have seen very much. The wildlife is hunkered down. Doesn't need the stress of me going out there, especially unless I'm like bringing them food or something like that. But I did go into the studio this morning, opened things up, got things rolling. Believe it or not, they being other tenants in the building scheduled furnace maintenance for today, and so they have our furnace shut down temporarily. I hope that's not going to go on long, because my students will definitely mutiny, and I won't blame them. We will close shop if we don't have heat on a day like this for very long. Right now they're doing okay with the heat that's trapped in the studio from overnight. I'm running a couple of errands, headed first to the post office where I have an extra large cage trap waiting to be picked up. The raccoon, I don't know if you remember from a few weeks back, the monster raccoon that we haven't seen yet, but they ripped the back out of one of my cages, has managed to escape twice out of another cage, mysteriously, and so I ordered a large trap, an extra large trap, and hopefully it's going to do the trick. Got to go pick that up. Figured while I'm at the post office, might as well send out an order that we took last week. Elena, your jewelry is on its way. One pair of kind of turquoise turtle earrings and a couple of bracelets to match. The artisan Cindy Red Crow made those. So, gonna send those out, pick up the trap, move over to the west side and set a couple of traps, and then we'll see where we go from there. Hello. Here's the post office. Let's see. These. Yeah. That'll work. I'll put the jewelry in one of these and we will ship it off. Alright, so picked up the big trap. It says it's good for raccoons, foxes, and armadillos. Haven't seen many armadillos, any really, in southern Alberta. So I don't know if I'll be catching any of those. I don't think so, but the others. And I figured I'd bring it straight here to the recycle depot. Get rid of the packaging right away before I head over to the west side and set up. Elena, I know you're probably watching this. Your shipping total was $8.88, so the grand total for the order would be $28.88 Canadian, which you can send to my PayPal account. That'll work. Oh yeah, that should do it, eh? That should do it. That's a pretty big cage. I think the giant raccoon will have some problems getting out of that one. By the way, if you're waiting on the mystery box thing, I am still looking for 2 items that were supposed to be here. I think they're literally on a slow boat from China. So, but as soon as they get here, we're gonna do the first mystery box giveaway in a long time. And I've got some fun stuff in there. What else? Lots else. I got stuff to report, but we'll get to that. Some big changes. Well, not necessarily changes, but big happenings kind of unfolded yesterday. I didn't talk about on yesterday's video, but I might today. Oh yeah, let's go set this puppy up. There's at least 3 big news items that I have to share. I might as well talk about one of them on the way, and then we'll cover another one on the way to the next place maybe, and then the third one on the way to the studio. Yeah, that's how we'll run it. All right, big news item number 1. I must be doing something right in terms of my work with the Aboriginal Arts and Entrepreneurship Program. The government is looking pretty favorably upon how it's gone thus far, and have, without final outcomes or anything, have decided to commit already to hosting another round of the program immediately following this one. So this one is over end of February. I kind of wrap things up the first week of March. By the end of March, we'll have another group of students and another round of this program starting up again. So that, I don't know how often that happens. In my experience, it's pretty unheard of that the government would fund a program again, Service Canada would fund a program a second time before having final outcomes for the first program. But I think it's a good bet because, they've come in and audited us. They've seen what's going on in the studio. They know that this is going to work. This is going to work. We're going to make the outcomes and goals that we set for ourselves. And so, they're going to give us another round. And that means a lot of good things for me. I mean, in terms of finances, of course, running a program from April to September, that's my really busy wildlife season, but I think I can swing both, because as long as there's instructors and such operating in the studio, I don't have to be there all the time. I could run wildlife starting early in the morning, get my skunks and raccoons and such out of the way, be done with that maybe by 10 o'clock or so, have to go and open up the studio in the meantime there somewhere, around 8:39, get things rolling. But then if I have to go back out and fetch a few more animals, I can. Snake calls are unpredictable, but again, if I have instructors there and a group of trusty students like I do now, there's no problem with me running away from the building to keep my own wildlife business going while I'm teaching others entrepreneurship. I think that just makes sense. So that'll mean a lot more income for me in the summer. I already have pretty much what amounts to a full-time income from the wildlife, so I'm gonna probably shell away most of what I earn from the arts program and save that for winter in case I'm unable to line things up for winter again, or in case I don't have something going for winter that's gonna keep me afloat. At least this gives me an opportunity to make some money so that I can hopefully coast through on savings. We'll see. I've never been great at savings, but I gotta learn. I gotta get some discipline. Oh, sometimes you hit a big kind of banks of drifted snow and it just boom. So that's the big news. The arts program is going to continue probably through September. So I'm almost to the residence now where we're gonna set up this trap. I'll talk about the second big news item as we move on. All right, there is the trap that the raccoon has been raiding and busting out of. Look how deep this drifted snow is in here. Whoa. Compare that to big trap. I think that's a significant size difference. See if we can get set up here real quick. Kind of nice, given that the trap is so big. They've got a little door here that I can put food in through, but much too small for animals to get out of. So that's handy. Don't have something like that on any of my traps, although I do got some that you can open through the back door. Just gonna put a little kibble. So might as well start talking about the second big news. Given that the program's going to run again, and even if it wasn't going to, this would probably happen. But now that it's going to, it's definitely going to happen. Kind of been feeling like getting out, going out on an adventure somewhere, you know? Going somewhere I've never been. Maybe somewhere that they don't have a McDonald's or a mall. A developing nation, so to speak. Though fairly well developed, you know. Just not a kind of a heavy-hitting colonial state like the United States or Canada or pretty much anywhere in Western Europe. Look at that. All right, see if the raccoon can break out of this guy. Yeah, I want to go somewhere. I've never been before, and so I'm not sure if I want to tell you where that is quite yet. Maybe I'll let you guys take some guesses. I don't think you'll ever guess it though. But I've already got plane tickets for me and Chelsea to take off immediately after the first program completes. So I think I'm done on March 6th. I believe in that next, maybe by March 11th, something like that, we fly out of here and going across the ocean to a far off land. Going to be gone for 2 weeks and have an adventure. So yeah, you'll never guess where it is. Of course, I'll share where that is eventually here, but for the time being, I think it's kind of fun just having it as a secret. I better check my phone. I'm just getting messages. If it's from the studio or something, I'll need to know. And hopefully I'll be moving on toward setting this trap up again right now at another residence on the west side here, if that message on my phone isn't an emergency. We'll see. third major news item also has to do with travel, but much sooner, just in the coming holidays. I have a friend in San Francisco who I met him through Facebook, and we've been communicating for probably a good decade or so, and have a fairly close online friendship. He has had, over the last year or so, some pretty good employment, allowing him to bring in more money than he's used to, and he wants to fly me to San Francisco over the holidays. His birthday happens to be on Christmas. Of course, I'm going to be here with Chelsea and the kids on Christmas, but a couple days later, I'm going to go to San Francisco, and I'm going to spend probably 3 nights, 4 days, something like that, over there. So that's another something to look forward to, and I'm really hoping that these couple of getaways, the San Francisco trip and the other one, the mystery trip in March, latter half of March, I'm really hoping that these kind of help a little bit for me psychologically. I'm still still don't have any brakes on ice. No, I'm still like very sad about all that's happened, you know, all the, like, especially not everything that's happened. Like I'm happy for some of the changes that have happened in my life, but I'm also very sad that like some of the bad feelings, I don't know what it is, but it bothers me that that Mahoney and I couldn't move through this and maintain a friendship at the very least, you know, a civil friendship where we could talk, because I care about her, and it's a bummer not being able to communicate with her, Justine, not being able to see Belle, etc. Tonight, Chelsea and I are scheduled to go to an event. It's a Christmas party for Blood Tribe, one faction of the Blood Tribe Health Department. It's very likely that I'm going to run into their, probably Mahoney's older sister, very, very possibly even her parents, because her dad is on the board for the health department. So I'm really stressed out actually about tonight, because every time I get hit with some negativity, I go through at least a day of really feeling bad, you know, about the whole thing, and trying to get my head back together, you know. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I hope it, you know, nothing negative goes on. What I really would love is if, you know, it happened that they were there and I was there. It'd be nice if they happened to bring Belle with them so I could see Belle, and if they could just act civil, you know, because just because circumstances change, you know, it's not like I'm not a bad person, and it sucks that in breakups like this, people need a bad guy. You know, sometimes I think marriages just play out and need to change. I definitely, even though I have, you know, I think that there's a lot of complex reasons why what happened. I don't blame Mahoney for it, you know, even though I think like part of the issues were definitely hers, and I acted on them, you know, in a way that brought everything to a head for sure, and finally. So, but I guess the big issue is I don't know. I still got a lot of healing from that to do, and I'm hoping that the couple of getaways, is going to help in that. I can find the right people. Oh, by the way, if you're in Lethbridge and you're following my videos and have been communicating with me and stuff in comments and such, I am looking for probably a live-in pet sitter for the duration of the 2 weeks that Chelsea and I will be gone in March. I'm going to need somebody to watch my birds and Polly, you know, The snakes, I can load them up with water and feed them beforehand and they'll be fine, but the birds and pulley need daily attendance. So I got some people's that maybe in mind, you know, single guys that might work out that I can trust there. But yeah, I am going to be looking for a babysitter, and the sooner I line that up, the less anxiety I'll have about that part. That's really the most stress I think that I'll have in this whole thing, is making sure that my pets are taken care of while we're away, and being loved, and I don't have to worry at all. Good luck with that. Anyway, we're almost to the second trap setup, so I will stop the video and get back to it when we're there. Alright, here's my next scenario. This is some cedars going up along the side of the house here, leading right up to the chimney area. Resident says he's hearing them in the crawl space up there, but he's seen them coming down these cedars. So I'm probably going to set up right up in here somewhere, in the ground down in here. Probably he won't be coming out, I think, till maybe tomorrow or Sunday he might come out, but in this cold he won't, hey?
He's not going to come out no matter what?
Probably not at 19, 20 below, but yeah.
So would you be able to, where would you put it?
I think I'll put it right in here somewhere, right in this.
And the deer come through here too, though.
The deer do, hey? Okay. Well, I'll just give them room to pass.
If you put it in this corner, that'd be two out of the way?
Should be able to fit it.
I'll move here, it's easier.
Oh yeah, I'll come through. Alright, so trap is set here, right against the corner. And this is where they're coming down, so we should catch them probably within maybe Sunday, I'm thinking, because it's just too cold right now, but Sunday. Alright, so that is another trap successfully set. I do have a couple of cages here on the west side that haven't been hitting at all, that I probably should go and pull at some point in the very near future. Although I really think right now I just should get back to the studio. It feels like I've been gone long enough, and I want to get on to painting my belt too. Not to mention finishing off my end of week and end of month reporting, but that's without saying. Alright, evening time once again. The daylight hours go pretty quick here in southern Alberta in the midst of winter. Headed over to that Christmas party. Chelsea's going to meet me there. She's dropping off at least Reed and Cody at their dad's house. It looks like William might stick around with me for the weekend. I don't know if he knows what he's in store for exactly. I think he's hoping to just chill out on the laptop at home without any interference from his brother and sister. Little does he know I plan to hike the weekend away, and if he's hanging with me, he's going along with. Any case, we'll find out pretty soon if he's at the Christmas party with me and Chelsea, and hopefully there's no social stress this evening. We shall see. I have parked pretty much as far away from the building as possible in this lot. Not out of choice, but because it is super busy tonight. There must be a lot more going on than the one Christmas party, but yeah, there's a lot of people here. Practically every space is filled. So I went around the front parking lot, came through the back, zigzagged back and forth through these lots. Way out at the end there starts to be a couple of spaces. Trees are looking pretty wild with their with the frost and snow on them. In these street lights, they sometimes look pretty cool. It is cold, cold. Chelsea has a new dress for tonight. I haven't seen it yet. Looking forward. Quite the difference, the tropical indoors compared to the super ice winter outside. Always liked this hotel. It's called the Lethbridge Lodge for the longest time. Now it's been traded to Sandman, and it's one of Sandman's attempts to actually be an upscale hotel. Heading back to the Jeep now. Didn't have the dinner. The dinner's going on up there, but we're like really late. Chelsea has shown up now, but when she got here, I was like, hey, let's just go to dinner ourselves and, you know, save the social stress. And it's an awkward entrance because you know, we're really late to this dinner and stuff. We're like an hour and a half late, so let's just go have dinner by ourselves. I prefer that. I know Mahoney's parents are here, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. I think Chelsea's probably a little disappointed because she has a nice dress for this occasion and all this stuff, but I don't want to be the spectacle in such a heated time, you know. I'd love to be a spectacle when there's no negativity on us, or at least not as much. Anyway, I'm gonna drive up to the front here and collect my Chelsea, take her for dinner. See if she heard that. I might have to text her. Or phone her.
Hello?
Hey, I'm here.
Okay, right up.
Yeah, she took off her heels, put on shoes, like hiking shoes. Hope she's not too disappointed. We'll see. Hello. All right, where should we go?
I don't know, I'm hungry.
Okay.
A nice place, I guess.
Yeah, fairly. We can go to that cabana place, sushi place. There's a couple of sushi places. Tacos made in Mexico. I don't know. What do you have in mind?
I've never been to that whatever cabana thing you're talking about.
All right, let's go there. So we are headed into the Mocha Cabana Bistro. Right next to Osho's on, what is this, like 4th Street or 3rd Street? Something. Chelsea has the crispy chicken croissant sandwich.
And it has Saskatoon vinaigrette.
Oh, nice.
Put that on the house salad.
I have fish tacos with some sweet potato fries and a chipotle sauce. I do maintain it's chipotle, not chipotle. So I'm pretty sure it comes from the Nahuatl language, where all those ottles at the end sound like that. Ottle? Chipotle.
Chipotle.
I'm pretty sure it's not chipotle.
I'm going to take a bite of this.
Go see how it is. Right on.